everybody. Now then, Cardiff versus Swansea, the Welsh derby of the weekend. Now, as you can probably tell, I don't support Swansea, I support Preston North End. However, we've got a derby this weekend as well, and I've been kindly asked to feature on this channel today to give you my thoughts, not on our derby, but on your derby, Swansea versus Cardiff. Now, this is the reverse fixture where you'll be playing away. Of course, I don't know much about Swansea or Cardiff's home-away forms in comparison to our own, but as far as I'm aware, Cardiff playing at home aren't as good as them playing away, as far as I have seen anyways, in terms of my own... in terms of my experiences with Cardiff this season. But at the same time, Cardiff can be a funny team. However, what I will say is both teams are highly inconsistent in a lot of the things they can produce. Swansea are in by no means a terrible side. I've got a lot of respect for Swansea in comparison to the likes of Cardiff. But at the same time, looking at the table, Swansea are higher up than Cardiff, and I much prefer Swansea's odds to win the match. And in the recent head-to-heads, in terms of this fixture, the reverse fixture, Swansea are currently winning 4-1 in this regard. So if you was to ask me who's going to win this match, I'd personally put my money on Swansea, and I will be doing. In terms of the score, I have no idea, as Swansea are one of these teams that will score a few goals in a game, and Cardiff have the potential to, but without their top striker, Callum Robinson, I've got a feeling it might be a very different story. So yes, my thoughts on this derby, I think Cardiff are probably on the end to lose. Swansea will walk away with the victory and they'll be going home happy. But at the same time, with it being a very inconsistent side facing another inconsistent side, it's anyone's guess as to what the scoreline could be. It very well could just be the case of both teams taking a point on a 0-0 or a 1-1. We shall soon see at the weekend. But if you ask me to put money down, I'd be putting my money on Swansea.
Hello everyone, Jordan here from the Burnley FC podcast, Turfcast podcast, just giving my thoughts ahead of the South Wales derby this weekend. Yeah, it's a tough one, this game. I think both teams I think it's fair to say that both teams have had a bit of an underwhelming season, especially Swansea. I felt that Swansea might have just, snuck into the playoffs at some point. There was start of the season and certain points in the season where you were doing quite well, and it's just tailed off, hasn't it? Cardiff have been pretty much hit and miss all season, more miss than hit. I think it's going to be two, not poor teams, but two low on confidence teams going into this game. But they'll probably be thinking to themselves, it's a chance to give the season something to be remembered by. So I think both teams will go into it with a lot of, confidence on what they can achieve and try and, like I say, get something to remember the season by getting a win against their rivals. I don't think either team will win it though. I'm going to sit on the fence a little bit, unfortunately, on this one. I think it's going to be 1-1. And just like I said, two teams low on confidence. We're not a huge amount of quality in there. So yeah, I think it'll end at 1-1. But I'm looking forward to it. Always look forward to this one. It's one of the best derbies in the Championship. Not quite as good as Burnley Blackburn, but no, it's definitely one of the better derbies in the Championship. So yeah, I always look forward to it. I always remember a few years ago when they had to put that big curtain up at, I think it was Ninian Park, between the fans, to stop obviously people throwing stuff at the opposition fans. So it just shows how fierce it is. But yeah, always look forward to this one. Looking forward to it.
Thank you to the Real Jack Army for inviting me on their channel. Now, I am a Preston North End fan myself, but there are 3 derbies happening this week. Ours included against Blackpool, the Luton and Watford one, and of course the South Wales derby at the Cardiff City Stadium, Cardiff against Swansea, which I am going to be giving you my thoughts and prediction on. Both sides, they have had a pretty poor season, but they have had little patches where they've done pretty well. I mean, Cardiff in their last game picked up a 1-1 draw against West Bromwich Albion. I know they were beating Rotherham United 1-0 at half-time before that game got cancelled. And Swansea City, they beat Bristol City 2-0 in their last game as well. When we have a look at the past head-to-heads, I mean, of course, both sets of supporters will already know that Swansea City have won their last 3 games against Cardiff, and they've won them quite comfortably as well. We've had a 4-0, a 3-0 and a 2-0 in the past 3 games. I do think that this one is going to be a lot closer. Of course, in the Championship, anything can happen, especially when it is a derby as well. I'm going to back both sides to score in this one, but I am going to go for a 2-1 away win to Swansea City for this one. They normally turn up in these derbies. They've got a really good record against Cardiff as of late. So yeah, I'm going to back a Swansea City 2-1 win for this one.
Cardiff Swansea, certainly an interesting game. Obviously, I know you guys will be hoping for an away victory. I think it might have been last season, no, I think it was last season actually, where apparently Swansea were the first team in however many years to do a league double in the South Wales derby. So this one's going to be an interesting one. I know you're missing a couple of players apparently for this. So as a neutral, I mean, my head's slightly leaning towards Cardiff, mainly because they're in a battle and scrapping for every point to fight for their lives. But at the same time, if Swansea players are motivated for this game, then they shouldn't be playing football, really. Yeah, if I had to go with a score prediction, I'd maybe go 2-1 to Cardiff. I mean, obviously, you guys will hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I'd say 2-1 to Cardiff. But you never know. I've been wrong on predictions before, so maybe take that as a sign that you'll end up winning the game. Thanks very much, mate, for asking me to come on. Cardiff.
As a Blackpool fan, I am really hoping that Swansea City can actually beat Cardiff at the weekend. We're stuck in relegation at the moment, and the team we are currently chasing is Cardiff. So if you can do us a favour, Swansea, that would be brilliant. To predict your scores is a tough one, because I always think with local derbies, form goes out the window. I had a quick look at your last few matches, and I also looked at Cardiff. And funny enough, the last teams you both beat were Bristol City. But it's a local derby. So, because I really want you to win, I am going to go for 2-0 to Swansea. And please, just beat them. Do us a favour. Please, just beat Cardiff at the weekend.
Hello, I'm Max, and I'm back on this channel giving my prediction of Cardiff City against Swansea City in the derby. So, I'm a Sheffield United supporter, but I'll just give my views on this game. I'm going to look for a draw of 1-1. The game is home to Cardiff, which gives them an advantage, and both Cardiff and Swansea is not on really good form recently. Not really the perfect form that we're looking for a win, for a really good game for both teams. So a 1-1 draw would be logical. So for goal scorers for Cardiff, I'll be looking forward for Sori Kaba to score. He's loaned to Cardiff from Denmark team Midtjylland, and he's been doing great. He's a tall striker who can absolutely score some goals in the championship. Has been scoring a few since he came to Cardiff and doing well. For Swansea, the score will be Joel Pirro as usual. He's the top player for Swansea all time in this season. He's been scoring plenty of goals, also showing really good play, although not being really having the form for the past while. He's still been scoring goals for the last month or two, has been having goals and assists, although not on a really regular basis. So it's going to be logical for a 1-1 draw between the two teams, and that's what I'm looking forward for. So, well, that's my prediction of the game. Thank you.
Right, hello, thanks for having me on the channel once again. It's the big one. Cardiff away, South Wales derby, Cardiff City versus Swansea City. So I will be attending the game. It's my first away South Wales derby I will be attending. I think it's my fourth overall. I'm nervous, I'm excited. We've got a good record, but it's not to say it will continue. There's anything can happen in this type of game. Obviously, I'd like it to continue, and I am going to be positive and I am going to be confident, but you can never be sure in these type of games. So I am still going to be positive though. I'm going to say Cardiff City 0, Swansea City 1. I'm going to go with Ollie Cooper to get the goal, but yeah, cheers.
Hiya everyone, it's Millie from Blackburn Overseas, obviously appearing on a different YouTube channel, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Cardiff City versus Swansea City game. So who do I think's going to win it? Well, obviously looking at the past couple of games for both teams, it seems that Cardiff are the better team out of the two, unfortunately. I know this is a Swansea City's fans account, but unfortunately what it seems like. But obviously you can't say the word never in football, never say never, because everything can surprise you. So I think after looking at the previous games, looking at how the players are obviously performing, I think that it's going to be a 1-1 draw for the Wales derby.
Okay, Swansea versus Cardiff. I think of all the games that have the potential to be one of the biggest games, certainly excitement-wise from now until the end of the season, it's probably the Swansea-Cardiff game. And whilst both sides lack the quality to be pushing on for sort of mid-table, you know, Swansea have got the 6th best goal-scoring record in the league this season. They'll obviously just want to put to bed this season, get it over with, get enough points that you really don't have to worry, which I think they're probably already at the moment anyway. But conceding 57 so far, that's relegation numbers. But then you've got Cardiff, they're scrapping for points. They really need to try and get enough points to avoid the drop. But they've had a really good push in the last 6. They've got 10 points from the last 6 games. They're really being a team that can try and fight for survival. So, if Swansea can get Joel Perreault on the ball, try and get a couple of avenues for him to go and score, I think they're going to have enough. And when you look back to October for the previous fixture, 2-0 to Swansea, I don't think you're going to be a million miles off with this one. I do think Swansea are going to have enough, but it could go either way. When you're looking at excitement games where championship survival is on the cards, especially for Cardiff, they're going to come out and they're going to scrap and they're going to fight for everything. They've obviously had the game against Rotherham. They've got to restart that one. They were 1-0 up in there. It could go either way, but I think for this one, I'm going to go 3-1 Swansea. I think they'll have enough, and unfortunately, Cardiff are going to have a lot to do from now until the end of the season, but Swansea will just want to put this game to bed. If they can get 3 points, puts them on 49, they're well out of touching distance of relegation scrap. They can start to wind down and rebuild for next season, try and get this defensive sorted and go again. But 3-1 is what I'm going to go for.
Hi, I'm Vicky. I hear there's a South Wales derby on this weekend. I guess as a Reading fan, we'd like you both to lose. So a draw would probably be the best result. However, if one team has to win, I guess it'll have to be Swansea, as Cardiff are below us. Good luck to both teams and let the best ones win.
Outside the best stadium in Wales. My favourite memory for the Swans Cardiff games at Derby would probably be Nathan Dyer's live and header. The guy's 5'6". You never would have guessed for him to score a header. And, I was sitting right behind the goal for it, and I was with my family, and it was probably one of the best days of my life. It means so much to fans just because it's bragging rights. And even though we're not in the best of form at the minute, I feel as if, especially with the derby, the boys will be right up for it, and I feel like we're going to win 3-1. Joel Perreault, Ollie Cooper and Liam Cullen, and it's going to be a great day out for the boys, and hopefully we can get back down here with 3 points.
Hello, and this is a bit of a preview from me. I'm Ollie from the Sheffield United Way, at Beastly Ollie on Twitter, and this is about Swansea City versus Cardiff City. Now, first of all, I cannot understand why this isn't on Sky. Surely 3 o'clock on a Saturday just doesn't feel right for this game to me, I'm sure it's better for the fans. I know everyone wants to be playing 3 o'clock on a Saturday, but surely if there's any time for you to be on TV, for you to have a different kickoff time, this is it. And I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's a difficult one to predict. Obviously, Swansea are going to Cardiff looking for the double-double, and I think they're going to do it. Personally, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Swansea win. I think ultimately they are a better team, and I think they'll really want to put forward how much better they are in games like this. I compare it a little bit to the Rangers and Celtic of a few years ago, where Celtic just battered them every time and really showed how much they were the better team, and I think that's exactly what Swansea are going to want to do here. I know it's not been easy. It's not been the greatest second half of the season. They've really struggled, and they've really not been able to get any momentum going. It's seen them really slip away from the playoffs, but this would be the start of what could be a decent end to the season. Will give them some positivity, will give them a lot of confidence, and will mean that the next time they're up against Cardiff next season, they'll continue to just push forward on how much better they are at the moment. So yeah, 100% from me. Swansea away win. I'm going 2-1, 2 goals for Perreault, because who else is it going to be? We all know that he is the main man. Let's hope I'm right.